Is showing up on time, not early, at a party really that bad? I tell my friend to show up at X o'clock knowing they are all dumb and will be an hour late. If they show up on time, that's my fault. I always arrive at the time someone tells me. I just can't help myself. If someone has a problem with it, they shouldn't tell me the right time. I've been throwing parties for years. Some people show up 2 hours late. Some show up 2 hours before. They usually warn me. And everything in between. It's no big deal and your friend should stop worrying about being embarrassed. Mark can go to parties late by himself if he takes it so seriously. It's absolutely fine to get there when you did. He's just being weird. It's a stupid thing. Basically, if you show up on time, it's because you don't have anything else to do. I show up on time because I respect people's time. Am I desperate? Don't have anything else to do? Maybe I am just capable of organizing myself and not adhering to dumbass etiquette. It kind of depends what kind of event and how long it might go on for. Dinner party, I'd say within 15 minutes of time given. New Year's Eve party, which might go on until 2 a.m., is going to be much more flexible. Invite might be 9. Anytime up to 11 would be fine. Other events could be anything between. If you don't want 6, why say 6? I'm from Ireland. Lots of my friends are Spanish. We all show up a little late to most social events. My German friends, however, are astounded that we move so slowly when getting ready to go to a party. We had to explain that although in German culture it's rude to show up late, here it's almost like an unspoken rule that you always aim for a little bit after the designated time. Not sure why, to be honest, other than the fact that usually nobody wants to endure the awkwardness of being the first person there. We were throwing a party with a start time at 6 p.m. I'd fully expect some friends to be there earlier, and some to be later. Your friends have odd expectations, or don't know how to properly set them. If you arrived at 18:05, then you were late by 5 minutes. I don't understand this with parties as well. If the invite says 6, I'm getting there at 6. If I invite you and say 6, be at mine at 6. I remember I wanted to be slightly late to a party because I didn't want to be the first there as I was going alone. I arrived 30 minutes late. I was still the first one there. And waiting another 3,045 minutes for more people to arrive was awful. What the heck is he talking about? That is some mental gymnastics. Fuck that. If you set a time, I'll be there by it. Nah, you're fine. If the invite says it starts at 6 p.m. and you arrive at 6:05, you weren't early. You were just the first to arrive. Friend is just being a weirdo over it. Now if you had shown up at like 5 p.m. or something, it would be weird. As a Dutch person, we are generally very literal and direct, and when we make an appointment at a certain time, we mean to meet at that time. Parties are an exception though, where generally people come anywhere from a half hour to 2 hours late. And while coming on time isn't really frowned upon, it is sometimes a bit awkward to be the first ones there. As the party is really not going on yet, I generally try to be there anywhere between half an hour to an hour late because I just don't like being the first one at a party, especially if I'm not particularly close to the host in a one-on-one setting. What kind of party was this? If it's like dinner or something, it makes sense to be right on time. But for like a party, it's normal to be fashionably late, like 1,530 minutes is normal. But either way, not a big deal or fine. Canadian here. When I have guests over and I say 6 p.m., I mean 6 p.m. and anything 456 to 15. Leaning on the earlier side is my expectation. Someone shows up at 6:30, I am annoyed. I said 6 not 6:30, etc. Same thing when I go to a friend's. I'll plan a route and be there at the time or a few min early. If I'm too early, I'll drive in circles to burn time. Many old friends or distant friends are much more loose with timing and it makes me anxious. As someone with ASD, if you say 6 p.m., I've arrived at 5:50 p.m. and I will knock on your door at 6 hours 0 minutes and 2 seconds p.m. Sorry. Can't help it. If you want me to arrive at 6:30 p.m. then just being say it. It really depends on the culture of reference. In Germany, showing up on time is being late. You should be getting there 5 minutes ahead of time. In tropical countries, showing up 30 to 60 minutes later is being on time. If you like being punctual, just offer to help finish setting up if you see the hosts are not ready yet. I'm in the US, Northeast, and when I have parties most of my friends arrive at the time they were invited on the dot. I was surprised at first, but I appreciate it. Those people were always ready to pitch in with the last minute setup and it kept me from wondering if that statistically possible event in which no one shows up. One of my friends is Brazilian, also from the East Coast US. She told me that in Brazil party invitations say 4 p.m. But if you show up before 10 p.m., the host will still be doing her hair. They should not use time in Brazil, it's too confusing. They should say, please arrive several hours after sunset.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.